So I found this, which I think was an old curtain or an old bed sheet, I don't know, but I saw the pattern, which has flowers on it, and I thought, oh, who would this be perfect for? That's right, the big lady in Resident Evil 8. So let's do it. Let's make her dress. Okay, to start off, that is a sports bra that I had just stuffed with a bunch of stuffing because, you know, the giant lady in Resident Evil 8 has giant bahonkadonks. What I am doing here with the curtain is basically pleating. I'm starting from the middle and just pleating it all together in order to create that pattern we see on her iconic dress. As a side note, I guess there is an actual dress pattern for this. It's a vintage dress. No one linked me that pattern, not until I was halfway done with this, and I said, you know what, it's fine. I'm just gonna base it off the picture, and it was actually a lot more fun this way. I mostly used just one, I think, panel of curtain. I don't even know how big it was. It was an old curtain, there was a stain on it, and I said, perfect, this is gonna work for her dress. Now I am gathering the pleats in the middle in order to create that middle pleat section of her dress. Again, I am just recreating what I see, but I am pulling everything into the middle. But as I pull and gather, I'm actually losing fabric in the back. I didn't use that much pleating and pulling, I might not have lost all that fabric, but it's okay because along with my stash, I actually had some, extra muslin lying around. So I laid it on top and just began drawing the amount of fabric I need in order to close up that backside. I am using this really cool pen. It's an erasable pen that we found out if you press heat onto it like with an iron, the pen markings disappear, so you can go nuts, draw whatever you want. You won't see it like once you start ironing everything down, which I did iron this dress, I swear. It's ironing is difficult. And then from here on, I'm just continuing with her shoulder part. I don't know if it's a shawl per se, or if this is a one-piece dress. This is an old McCall pattern that I've had for the last 10 years and never used and opened up until this moment, just because the shawl fit whatever she's wearing there. And here's just me cutting out the fabric. Why do I keep looking back at the camera like I'm in frame? It's okay. Okay, so lay it over the bra strap. You're actually going to keep the entire bra for this. And I am not only pinning it to the strap, but I'm trying to figure out where the holes are, or how deep it's going to go in order for me to make the armholes. There's actually a lot of cutting involved. And my favorite shot, where I'm basically blocking the whole thing, I take a strip of fabric, and in order to keep all those pleats in the middle together, I'm just hand sewing it all in place. I did not want to run this through the machine. And yeah, here, well, this would be me sewing if my head just wasn't blocking it. But you know what? Lady Dimitrescu is going to be blocking all of Ethan's views in the game anyway, so we might as well just pretend this is the perspective of Ethan, unable to see anything because her giant bahonkadonks are in the way. Speaking of bahonkadonks, I am also top stitching the breast pleats. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Just in case the fabric is going to move while going through the machine. That way this is just extra security that it all sticks together before I do a final top stitch in order to keep it all together. And now here's me sewing to prove that I actually am using the machine. Although I guess it would have been more a bit more impressive if I hand sewed the whole thing. I do not have that patience. The minute I learned how to use a machine, I used it. Okay, here I am making a bunch of bias tape. It's in order to cover up all the leftover seams and stuff. So just took a long strip, ironed it in half, and then later you're gonna see me fold the ends together into the middle, and then that's gonna be ironed over once more. I can't explain things well, I'm so sorry. That way I use that in order to cover up any loose edges. That's the word I've been looking for. Any loose edges, and just to kind of give her a final clean look. I'm not exactly sure what this shot is. I think this is me pinning the bias tape. This wasn't the correct angle to prove that's what I was doing. And in this slow-mo, you can see that I had actually cut the back open and I cut through the bra. And that way, so you can see that that's where the bias tape was going. I am also going to be hammering in those kind of snap buttons, and those are the buttons I am using for her back. This is in slow-mo because the original clip was only 10 seconds long, and it was not enough to show what I did. Oh, and in here, I'm making her giant hat. Why? I couldn't find a sun hat, and by the time I found a sun hat, I already did all the cosplay photos. So I found some 2mm scrap foam that I wasn't using for anything else, and there's the base of the hat, and then I made the cup of the hat. So I was doing this and putting it all together while watching my friend stream. You should go subscribe to her, we should get her to partner. And this is a good opportunity for me to talk about Resident Evil instead of Danganronpa. I admittedly did not like Resident Evil 7. I was really confused like how it fit into the RE universe, and keep in mind I'm not like the biggest RE fan in terms of like the lore. I don't know every little detail, but it was just so different from what I was used to that I liked it. It's a good game, but I didn't really see it as a Resident Evil game. It's why I got more excited over for the remakes, because we were back at that Resident Evil horror level. Oh, if you hear that, my dog is drinking water. So I'm not totally excited for Resident Evil 8. The minute that I saw, like, obviously Lady Dimitrescu and her daughter, it's like, yeah, that's a cool design. I'm not happy that it's Ethan again, I think. Oh, okay, now we are back. Here is what we have so far, and now time to tackle her hair. For the hair, I found a wig from Epic Cosplay Wigs like back in 2017. What I'm doing first is trying to straighten it out as much as possible, and then curl. I just want everyone to see that this is probably the best curl I'm gonna get all night, and I'm using a straight iron because those didn't work. And from that clip you can see that I had already added the buttons, throw on some Premiere gloves, and she's done. Oh, also paint the foam hat. But she is essentially done. In order for her hair to be a bit more accurate, I kind of clipped it up. I know it's a little bit longer, but I didn't have the heart to cut that wig. And that's it. This is the entire dress. I don't think this was a helpful tutorial, but I hope you had fun watching me do this. Thank you.